Nearly everyone isn't including one of the best glute exercises into their training, and findings from a new study will definitely be changing my recommendations and practice for go-to exercises. We're going to reveal what the best glute exercise is, and it's something we rarely see being done. And if it is, it's not being done properly. So we'll also go through the proper technique of the exercise to get the most out of it. In order to understand why one exercise has been picked over any others, we need to look at the glute anatomy. Glutes is more of an umbrella term, like saying the quads or the hamstrings, but there is more than one muscle that make up the group. For the glutes, there are three main muscles: glute max, glute med, and glute min. We are going to look at the research by Collins et al. In 2023 to see which exercises out of a selection of 8 generate the highest peak muscle force for each of these muscles, starting with glute max. Of the top 3 exercises for this, it showed that a loaded split squat, so being in a lunge position but staying there for reps, was one of them. Another was a single leg Romanian deadlift, so on a single leg, keeping the knees soft and hinging at the hips. Doing this loaded was another, and the third was a loaded single leg hip thrust, so having your back on a surface, using a barbell and driving the hips up. Looking at glute med, the top 3 exercises for this were a side plank, which was just body weight, a single leg squat that's loaded, and this can be quite hard for a lot of people, so doing it without weight is also good to work on to progress this. And also the single leg Romanian deadlift again, were the exercises that got the highest peak muscle force for the glute med. Finally, looking at glute min, this showed it was the side plank, again body weight, and the single leg Romanian deadlift as the 2 exercises that scored the best. So looking at this, the single best glute exercise out of all of the ones studied is the single leg Romanian deadlift, as it's up there generating the highest force for all 3 of the glute muscles. But there are 3 important points you want to get right when performing this exercise to be getting the most out of it. The first is to be working to keep the body in as straight a line as possible when lowering down and trying to not let it shift off to the side. The second is to keep your back as straight as you can and lift your back leg up high, almost trying to create a straight line. When coming back through to the start position, try and do this without putting your other foot back down. The third is to make sure you're not tilting the hips up. Try and keep them as level as possible. Then it's just a case of gradually building the load being used. In the study, the exercises were done to a 12 rep maximum, which is a good level to be working to.